Welcome back to my channel. Here I was on my way to Mexico. I had applied for my visa before leaving South Africa. So from Georgia, Tbilisi, I headed to Mexico. When I landed at Cancun in Mexico, I took the ADO bus, which is much reasonable than the airport taxi to go to my hotel. So my hotel was based around the hotel zone, which is a long strip of hotels near the ocean. You can see they're very, very beautiful resorts and hotels. And here you can see it's the nightlife in Cancun. Yeah, it was raining. It was a rainy season. Very interesting, but awesome, awesome, awesome. But please do stay safe when you travel, more especially solo like me. So I was booked near this area. So I just want to show you what happens during night time. I decided to mute most of the sound. It's Latino music all the way. Yeah, very interesting. However, I was afraid I'll get a strike here. But it's busy, it's hectic, it's buzzing. And yeah, the rain didn't stop anyone from coming through and having fun. And Bongo Bar is one of it's in fact Coco Bongo. It's one of the famous, I want to say nightclubs in Mexico, but those who know a much better way to explain it will leave it on the comment section. So they always have live bands, live music, and yeah, performance, entertainment. It is busy. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share my channel, or our channel rather. Yes, I was in Mexico for the second time. So I went to Mexico last year in 2022 in Feb, and this year again I went back. I cannot get enough of this country, and this is the second day when I decided, let me go and try their cuisine. And do try, guys, different types of food when you are there: the quesadillas, the tacos, the nachos, the burritos. Yeah, there's so much to choose from. So and also don't forget to try out their drink called horchata, very tasty. And it's Latino music in Mexico everywhere, restaurants, shops, on the road, wherever you go. So I've tried to reduce the volume so that I don't get into trouble with copyright issues. But yeah, here I was in this particular restaurant. Researched it and it was recommended. And I thought, you know what, let me go and try it out. And remember, our rand is a bit weak compared to pesos, Mexican pesos. So you ought to shop around for best places at an affordable cost. So this restaurant wasn't too expensive. And my food arrived very, very tasty. So, yes, the high ratings were spot on. I was not disappointed at all. And, guys, when I don't say much, just enjoyed the video. I'm sure most of you all know the drill. And thank you for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. After spending some time in Cancun, I headed to another city in Mexico called Merida in Yucatan State. Very amazing city. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Very peaceful. I thought, ooh, I can retire here. And this was the cottage. It's a hotel, cottage style that I booked. I thought the look and feel was different and very interesting. And what I liked about the city, I must say the population is, yeah, quite high. What I liked is the family culture that I observed. You know, weekends, fathers, mothers, and kids come together to have fun. So you get a lot of young, old families. And there's so much entertainment that is offered in the state or city rather, that families with the whole family thoroughly enjoys themselves. So there's no such thing as the mother pulls one way, the dad goes and pulls on weekends, and the kids are left to play on the streets or watch TV the whole day. Here they gather together, yeah, as the community, and they really, really have fun, and it's music all the way.
La canasta de Galantro, bellazo. Mire usted, tejidos encantadores en juntos. Traigo aquí el recuerdo de un gran amor que perdí. Galantro, tu canasta todo primor. Aquí están las canastas de Galantro, bellazo. Mire usted, tejidos encantadores en juntos. Traigo aquí el recuerdo de un gran amor que perdí. A la que hay que ver, a tu vestidita, cuando pasa el tren, con sus canastitas, a
While enjoying the traditional music and checking out the traditional outfits in Merida, I then went to the section which had skin products. I mean, I'm a distributor for skin products. I'm so passionate about skincare, and Merida is big on honey. So I decided to buy a lotion for my skin on that day made of honey. So I was informed that the cuisine in Merida will be completely different from the cuisine in Cancun. and I was asked, or it was recommended, that I try their traditional Yucatan cuisine. So I headed to one of their big restaurant, or famous restaurant rather, to try the traditional cuisine. And boy, oh boy, the setup was so refreshing. In fact, it was two restaurants with the same name. And the first one is this one, which I went to, and yeah, the chaya. And I wasn't impressed, the chaya buyer. So I decided to, or La Chaya Maya rather, La Chaya Maya. I decided to go to this particular one, and the service here was much, way, way better. Yeah, and those are the challenges that you face when you travel solo. People tend to overlook, which I find very rude. And those are the black beans. You can see it's written on that bowl, Yucatan. And their traditional cuisine and their drink. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the drink. Very, very fresh, made of uh, fruits with lime in them. And it is so, so beautiful. And I want to encourage you to go to the places of interest. In most cases we pay a fortune for these places, but in Merida they are free, most of them. And if you'd like to leave a donation, or it is requested, please do if you can. And this is one of their, I'm trying to think whether this was the palace or the museum. For the life of me, I can't recall. But do go and see how the kings used to live. The previous ones be way before our time. The furniture is, from while back, so it's the antique, and I can just imagine how much each piece costs. And in most areas, you get the note, do not touch, because they want to preserve the history. And there's a room in this particular section where I think you can see the people sitting there, where you can spend some time watching a video that is played to give a background about the history of their country. I guess each and every country, and I know for sure, I don't even guess, has its own history. And it's interesting to know what happened in which year, what got the people to live the way they do. Is it something they always preferred, or there's another, nation that actually came into their particular country to colonize them? The entire history. So the same thing happens here. And they've got a section here which is like a shop where you can buy these pieces. And guys, as you can just imagine, they don't come cheap. But I went there, I was just fascinated by the look and feel, and you can see by looking at them the heaviness of some of the pieces, and the fact that they go back years and years. So the prices were there. I looked at some of the pieces and I was like, wow. And as we all know, you can't visit a city or a country and not try out those city tour buses, which gives you a full view of what the city is about and where to find what. And this is exactly one of those buses. But that big one is, apparently the audio is in Spanish. I opted for the smaller one, which is, I was informed, it's the combination of Spanish and English. But to be honest with you, it's 80% Spanish and little bit of English. And here you are driven around to see the entire city of Merida. And they spoke about old money, new money, the mansions, that we got to see, and also that there's a Spanish influence, hence they speak Spanish, so they were colonized by Spanish. And I think there's another nation, which I cannot recall at this point in time, but their houses has some Spanish influence. Beautiful, beautiful section of the city. And if you can, maybe you can even book your hotel next to this particular area. It is upmarket compared to where I stayed, but obviously the price will also be upmarket. The choice is yours, whether you rather go during the day and grab some coffee, or you want to rather be based on this section, but you won't go wrong.
Privadas de la familia Tan, con libaneses, esse against the mansion, nunca pode ayudar. Ahí vemos atrás el aljibe, ese depósito era donde se recolectaba el agua de lluvia para el uso de la casa, servicios. Ya.
So here, I in fact rushed to my hotel room to grab my phone to come and film what was going on. So the couples were dancing, and if you weren't coupling, oh gosh, you felt lonely. But as I got here, everyone was leaving, and I thought, oh man, this is so disappointing. But yeah, to console myself, I went for this famous dessert. Oh my gosh, this thing, and I'm sorry to call it thing, I forgot its name. It is so sweet. The Hoy Nutellas in the peanut butter, you name it, cheese, but it tastes so good. Personally, I think if you get one, you ought to share it. I'm trying to find the name again because I had Googled the name and I knew the name at that time. But guys, I've been to so many countries. I had forgotten what's the name of this. And you can choose different feelings. And I personally would say share it. Share it because it is really, really filling and it is very sweet. They put bananas as well. I mean, bananas on their own, they are quite sweet. Imagine some of the Nutellas. Is it 1,000? Those colorful. Oh my word. Why did I even try to remember the name? But anyway, have it. I'm not going to redo this part. I've been recording and it's a long video. So when you go to Mexico, please promise to try this. I don't know whether it's only in Merida. So let me rather say when you go to Merida, please try it. But I did see it in the next city that I'll be talking about after we leave. Those are the colorful thingies that I'm referring to after we leave Merida. as you can see, they more Nutella, as if it isn't enough. Look at that. Oh my God, it looks appetizing. So yeah, I honestly, bananas again. It is so filling, but so good. More especially if you've got an extreme guys, sweet tooth. There's the shredded grated cheese. Look at that stuff, guys. That is something else, but it is so delicious. Then it was time to take our famous bus and take our famous bus again. ADO, guys, I travel in this bus. It's so comfortable. You can charge your phone. The seats are recliners. There's aircon in there. You've got a food rest. Seats are so much is going on in that bus, and it's first class. It's always on time. Rest. So you have no reason so not tired to take it. And can you see all are there? They all are, which means hello. And there's Wi-Fi on board. So here we were heading to my Valladolid. I hope I'm saying it right. Valladolid. Another city. Oh my word! I can never get it right. And I'm trying to show you the cost. And yeah, by God's grace, there we go. Valladolid. We arrived safely. It's still under Yucatan City as well, and I was booked right across at the bus terminal. So there's my hotel there, just a sneak view of where I was booked, and I made sure I kept it central so that it's easier to get to where I needed to be at. And this particular city was totally different from Merida. So the next day, I decided to go to take a collectivo and head to one of they call it eighth wonders of the world, Chichen itza. Chichen itza. So please, if you go there, guys, go early, because as you can see, there are so many buses if you get there around 11. So I went very early. I think I took the first collectivo, which is like a mini bus here in South Africa, because if you go late, then the buses starts coming in to bring the tourists from different cities like your Tulum, Playa, Cancun. Then it gets so packed. So go as early as possible, but you ought to budget. So now I was a tourist. Now I had to spend my money to go to this amazing place. So it's the ruins and the one of the biggest ones in Mexico. And here you get to understand the history, how the Yucatan used to live, how they were ruled, what happened in terms of the games they used to play, the sacrifices that took place. And they also have this marketplace where you can buy the souvenirs, for your loved ones and take it back to your country. There's the eighth wonder of the world, Chichen Itza. Hope I'm saying it right. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I took photos there. And the next day, I'm like, okay, can we explore this city and see what it has in store? I love the different colors in those buildings, and please do go to these Park of the Heroes. So here I'm showcasing some of the most important places, the landmarks, the tourist places where you can go and just check out if you go to the city as a tourist. And I'm still going to sit and tell you the difference between the traveler and the tourist. And that is one of the bars, Lolita, am I saying it right? and most tourists spend time there with the locals. This is Wabi Gelato. You don't want to go to this particular city and not try their ice cream. So these are the ones that are in fact blogged about. You know, when you read the travel magazines, you will find these last places that I've shared here to say, please go try them out and see how amazing they are. And they got here the different flavors, and they give you taste of each flavor so that you are able to try, and you can mix your flavors as well. You can choose your favorites. There's the tip. Wabi Gelato. I'm looking at that kombucha. Please do drink your kombucha. Yeah, when you as like we always say, when you are using nonsense products, you know, you can have your, I'm trying to think now, the yogurt and the, so guys, it was Viva Mexico Independence Day. So there were festivities taking place in the city a night before I flew out of Mexico to go to my next city. So I spent few hours here midnight when we were celebrating the Independence Day, and there was music, there were food stalls, people were dancing, and again it was families, guys. This country, and I want to say Central America, because I picked up in different countries and not just Mexico, they are indeed family orientated. They take their kids to really, really have fun. And this stayed in my heart and warmed my heart. And I thought to myself, yes, I wish we can do more of this. I'm not saying we're not family orientated, but I would love to see South Africans, fathers, mothers, taking their kids on weekends to go and have fun. Thank you.